Go ahead and tell me what you were just telling me about a second ago with regards to the apples, that what the farmers see from their apples.
Yeah, what the farmers see, the price they're getting at the growers' co-ops are very low unless they have the newer varieties. For example, we have here, which is under lease, we're getting about 7-8 cents a pound for Red Delicious. More, probably a cent or two more for Max, and Spartans are about the same. The other part has Sunrise apples, and they're an early variety, and they're about 15, 16, 17 cents a pound.
Wow.
You know, seems to me like we're, half in a depression when it comes to the apple business, except for if you're in an organic, it seems to be still pretty high. And of course, most of these orchards around here are non-organic.
So certainly people who are purchasing apples are seeing an entirely different price from that. So who's taking all that money?
It's a middleman, like whoever sells them.
Right.
And especially if you're a big outfit, like Patterson is with his Save On Foods, where he can buy pretty cheap.
Right.
And that's the other problem is that the Americans have about 40 times as many apples down there, and they bring them across because of the tariff. That doesn't help the Canadians. And they had a huge crop last year, and so did we. And it seems every time both parties have huge crops, the price is right at the bottom.
Right.
So.
And it's the farmer who takes the hit on it.
Well, the farmer's taking a hit is right.
Yeah.
I think it costs about 12 to 15 cents an acre to, or at least a pound to grow. They're already sprayed.
Right.
So there's spraying, there's pruning. I mean, then it ends up, then you start picking them. Like Sunrise, they come out in August when we pick them, in relation to some of the other ones. But yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So you can't spend too much this year.
Yeah.
So about 3 years ago, the first market, 1st of April in Kelowna, farmers market, the fruit growers came, and it was a demonstration. They wanted to demonstrate what kind of price they were getting for their apples.
Right.
So they were selling them at the average price they were getting from the shark, what do you call them, brokers, otherwise known as the co-op. So it was 12 cents a pound. And I understand from Lyle that it's even worse this year. So they had a lineup, and it's a long market. They had a lineup from one end of the market to the other, and then halfway back of people wanting to get the cheap apples. And I think most of the people, I'm sure they leafleted them and everything, but they weren't there to support the farmers. They were there to get cheap apples.
Right. I guess if you're in large production, there's no way getting around the co-ops. Like you have to deal with it. Oh, is there?
You have the storage facilities, like I know one person in Summerland does, and he makes good on his cherries and all the rest.
Right.
He wholesales it through the States and Vancouver, you name it.
Yeah.
So you can keep. I thought cherries had such a short shelf life. You had to sell them immediately, or you're
Yes,
finished, right?
And he's got the ins with everybody.
Yeah.
The
You get your
growers.
markets, then he hydro cools them so he
Yeah,
doesn't have
so-
to move them right away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that Rainier one is the
Probably
white
got
one.
the-
That's the one that bruises so easily. It's
Yeah.
just like the Sunrise apple,
Yeah.
but worse.
Yeah.
And you got to get that one out because
Yeah.
it spoils.
And they're always so much more expensive.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they are, but they're different. They're nice.
Yeah, they are nice.
I got an idea. We can build a storage place.
That's $500,000.
No, it doesn't
Or
have
more.
to. It doesn't have to be. It's not for guys like us.
Oh.
You could have something the size of your garage,
Oh yeah, okay. So that's
or
pretty good.
maybe twice the size of your
Yeah.
garage, and you can fit lots of bins in there.
Yeah.
So the way that you preserve something delicate like cherries is like what you were talking about before, would pull all the oxygen out? Is that what you have to do to
I
keep?
don't know if they do that with cherries. They hydro cool them, which means they put it in ice water, basically.
Ah.
And here's another scary fact. I was told this by a cherry grower. a chemical cherry grower, so he probably knows what he's talking about. But they're allowed to put fungicide in the hydrocool water. That's what I was told by a chemical grower.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I mean.